The wrong bob haircut can add years to your appearance and make styling a nightmare. In this video, I'm going to show you common mistakes and how to fix them, and how to get that bob that makes you feel your very best. The one-length single-line bob is super trendy, but needs to be tailored for most people. This bob, although very cool, can lack movement and make the face appear square. Try this to give the illusion of movement. This 4-panel cut is quick to do and can be done on any haircut where movement is needed. Section the hair in 4 large sections. Now, notice how the head has angles, 45-degree angles to be exact. You're going to use these angles as well as a 3-finger length guide to do this trick. Take the front sections and direct them across to the opposite side. Measure 3 fingers, tilt your fingers to a 45-degree angle, and cut. Voila! Instant movement. Do the same thing with the sections in the back. You want to give the back sections a little bit more distance to travel, so we're going to bring them to the front as well. Your one-length bob stays on trend, but this trick will bring it to the next level. This brings me to the one-length bob part 2, if you will. Due to our nape hairline being lower than our front hairline, the weight in a one-length bob is carried in the back, drawing our eye down and back. A general rule of thumb is to have the line of your bob follow the jawline. Now, you can have all different lengths of a bob, but the shape should still mimic the angle of the jaw, which is a diagonal forward line. If your client is wanting a boost in their bob, try taking the back a smidge shorter than the front. I usually take it 1/2 inch to about 1 inch shorter. Any more than that can be too severe. Notice the instant volume that this will create and just an overall flattering shape. Be sure to connect it to the sides and the front. You'll need to be careful with this one. If the angle is too severe, you'll end up with a very disconnected looking haircut, which is the next one on the list. Try this trick to ensure just the right amount of length in the front. Simply swing the front section to the back. You can angle your fingers to make the angle a little bit more, or you can keep your fingers more horizontal to give a gentle slope that will follow the jawline. If you angle too much, just sweep it back again and straighten out the angle until you get the length that you want. You may find that mastering the blend cut will actually help you master your bobs. For my free step-by-step guide to the blend cut, there's a link in the description below. Now that the perimeter issues are resolved, let's get into the interior. Let's talk about layers. A common mistake that can happen with a layered bob is just too many layers. Sometimes there's too many layers in the back, which can cause the front and back to look disconnected. Layers that are shorter than 3 inches are going to stick up. Keep your layers long enough to contour the shape of the head. It's totally okay to take the hair tight at the nape. Just don't take it too high. Taking it tight at the nape can provide more volume because shorter layers, they will actually support longer layers. Again, the key is to keep the layers through the crown longer. If it's too tight at the nape combined with shorter layers through the crown, you're going to find it really hard to keep that length in the front without it looking really disconnected. We can tend to spend a lot of time in the back of a bob, which I totally get, because most of the shape comes from the back. This is where your length is established and that desired shape is made. But we can't forget that the front is what really flatters the face and what we see when we look in the mirror. I've shown you how to connect the front to the back perimeter. Now I want to show you how to add movement and blend those layers in the back to the hair in the front. Take your section at the crown and use it as a stationary guide. Direct all the hair back to this guide and cut. If you want them to be longer, you can take your guide further back and hold it there. You'll get the same effect, but a longer version. Remember, the further that hair has to travel, the longer you're going to make the layers. You'll get a great blend every time. Now that we've mastered the cutting techniques and we're happy with the bob that we've created, now we have to style it. This is where we can take a beautiful haircut and ruin it by simply styling it incorrectly. The same haircut can look very different depending on how we style it. We can make it look very up to date and on trend, or we can make it look dated and in turn make the client look older than they really are. Recent trends make it so that we don't want to curl the ends under too much. A slight bevel is fine, but a strong curl can actually make the face look square and simply create a dated style. The bob is one of my favorite haircuts to perform on clients. I've even had it several times over many years. I hope this video gives you the confidence to take the calculated risks that will elevate your bobs. If you've done all the things and you're still needing to create more movement, check out this video on texturizing techniques. You can incorporate these into any of your haircuts. I'm so glad that you spent time with me today. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, have a great hair day.